This is the 2005 LEGO Star Wars Mini ARC-170 Starfighter, set number 6967 with 42 pieces, and from the info I could find online, it originally sold for $5. Or you could try your hand at a bit of gambling and buy the Episode 3 Collector's Set, where you'd have a 50-50 shot at getting it or the Mini Jedi Starfighter. Now, the polybag is a pretty normal polybag, however, compared to modern ones, it is a bit smaller, and it doesn't have that free Legoland ticket that you might be used to on the back. Now, before I rip this one open, I want to show you something very cool. That's right, this polybag also came in a box that also included 8, I assume at the time, not corroded, AA Duracell batteries. It's an absolutely insane LEGO collaboration, and this was not the only set that they did it for. They did also do it for the Mini Jedi Starfighter and some other sets that weren't Star Wars, but those are the 2 Star Wars ones, and of course the one that I own is this Mini ARC-170 Starfighter. But while I'm sure someone does exist, I don't know of anyone else that does own this thing, and I don't want to get rid of that piece of LEGO Star Wars history, but I'm also afraid that the corrosion is going to reach the box. Either way, I keep it in this bag to keep it safe, and I would assume that inside of the ARC-170 box there is the poly bag, because the Kabaya boxes had the poly bags folded up inside of them, but I've never seen someone open one. I'm certainly not going to open mine, so I'm really just not sure, but it is a very unique piece of packaging for this set and the Mini Jedi Starfighter that does exist. Now, moving on, let's open the less rare poly bag for this ARC-170, and of course the parts just dump out, and you've got an instruction manual in here that is a trailblazer for LEGO, because nowadays all the instruction manuals actually look like this, but back in the day they didn't. These polybags were some of the only sets that had instructions that looked like this, these ugly kind of renders of the set instead of just using the box art like every other set. So it's kind of funny how what was a weird piece of LEGO Star Wars history has now very much become the norm for LEGO Star Wars, and at that, every other LEGO theme in 2025. But moving on, this ARC-170 mini model is very cool. I actually prefer this one to the Mini Jedi Starfighter. I just think it's the cooler of the 2, and it's amazing looking. Like, it's got a great color scheme to it. It may be a little bit too much white, if anything. It's got the opened S-foils represented, and you can close them, so it's got the fully closed ARC-170 look, which is dope. Of course, the main cannons on the end of the wings for the ARC-170 aren't perfectly accurate, but it's a poly bag, so of course it's going to get a pass here. It does have the rear turret at the top. It doesn't really have the bottom one, of course. Again, just a poly bag build. Hard to get every little detail on a build of this size, but it is still cool that the rear turret is at the top there, and then you've kind of got the windscreen canopy pieces represented with some translucent 1x2 plates. I like the engine intake pieces, but I also think it's something that they made way better in the 2014 version of this polybag, where they used minifig heads so that the engine intake was just larger. Overall, a very nice little polybag, and definitely one that I would absolutely recommend going out, picking up, and adding to your collection if it's something you're interested in. It's just a nice piece of LEGO Star Wars 2005 history. It has the vibes without the hefty price tag of some of the older Revenge of the Sith sets, so if you're interested in this one, I would recommend it. It's basically a 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 type of polybag. It's nice, especially for its time in 2005. So let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and you can check out more 2005 LEGO Star Wars set reviews on the end screen now.